So to continue the adventure, I was picked up at the guest house by the van driver that other morning, and it was a 6 hour drive up through the mountains. And wow, was it windy, dangerous, but absolutely beautiful and stunning mountains, and so green, and huge lemongrass fields and bananas and sugar cane and rice and jungle, miles of jungle. And you'd be going along, and a little old lady that looked like 90 would come out just out of the forest, and she'd have a huge amount of bamboo she'd be dragging behind her back, or brush to make brooms, and it was just crazy, and so yeah, it went all this time, and then we got to this place. I can't think of the name, but anyway, it's like the Wild West of Laos, and it's 6,000 feet above sea level, so it's got a cooler climate because Laos is a very hot country, and it's actually full of Australian blue gum trees. They grow huge forests of them up there. These trees are growing because you get a ton of wood every 10 years, and they use it actually for cooking. Even though they have electricity in these places, they like to cook with wood and charcoal. So that's just in their custom. So we got into this place because I actually went there to see ancient archaeological sites called the Plain of Jars. I'll tell you about them in a minute. So I got there and to this Wild West place, and I said, how much a room cost? Because what these guys do is they go off with their mates with hammocks. They set hammocks up in their minibus, and they play cards and they drink whiskey and smoke. That's what they do. And then the next day they take you. No, they hold on. You go there one night, 2 nights, and then they take you back. So he took me to this hotel. He said $20, and I thought, oh yeah, what sort of a dive is this going to be? I went in and I was just amazed. It was the most beautiful ancient building, all with teak, just carved teak everywhere. Even the bed was teak. Most beautiful wood. It was stunning. So I had this huge room, and I remember turning the television on. It had one thing, flat out volume, and I couldn't turn it down. I had to pull the power cord. I wouldn't have understood the language anyway. So the next day he picked me up, and we went to the World Heritage Site. Now what the Plain of Jars are, they're ancient jars. They say they're about 2,000 years old. I don't know about that. I don't know how they can date the rock, because there was never anything found there. So they're just like long jars. Some are up to about 9 foot tall, and you could climb in them. And they are sort of scattered around. They're very ancient, but they brought them up mountains like 3,000 foot high cliffs. I don't know how they would have got them up there, but that's the story. And I just looked at it and just thought, nah, there's no way a primitive Stone Age tribe done this. So yeah, you go into the World Heritage building, and it's pretty sad there. People sell jewelry, and the jewelry's made out of bomb casings from Vietnam, because in the secret war in Vietnam, Nixon dropped cluster bombs every 8 minutes for 2 years straight and killed tens of thousands of people. And I went to a whole village and everything was wiped out. The whole hospital was razed to the ground. They didn't even know what year it happened, because 5,500 people wiped out in one night. But one good thing now, there's people that have come over here from America to there, and they're trying to find the bombs, but they reckon it'll take 200 years to get rid of them all. So yeah, saw these amazing jars, and you walk around tracks. Now I looked over on the ground and I saw a lid. Now the sign was actually saying, if you walk off of here, you can die. And they show you that they've picked up 750,000 pieces of shrapnel from the site, and then they picked up another 200,000. And it said, we don't know if we got all the bombs, but I wanted to look at this lid. I knew I was risking my life. And I went over and I thought, third world country, the only one sitting out his lid. And there's about 100 jars all on their side. Some had been blown up. There were still craters from the war, like missile bomb craters. I turned the lid over, and what did I see? I saw a grey alien. 100% a grey alien on that lid. So I immediately knew these lids, what they were about. They had nothing to do with the Lao people. I went up to site 2 the next morning on top of a mountain, and there was massive jars. They're that ancient and been there that long. Trees have grown through them. Trees have wrapped themselves around them and cracked them. They're very ancient, probably older than what they say they are. But it's a famous World Heritage archaeological site. I'm so glad I went and saw it. Then I'll have to tell you about Angkor Wat soon.